and find yourself in yourself again, in the now. There's no looking at yourself. There's no my soul. There's no me over there, me over here. It's me in the now. And it is just now. And then the me goes away, and it just is. A real sense of conscious awareness without the me in it. And it's funny, you have to lose the me to get to the me. You have to lose the I to get to the big I. And that's one of the biggest tests you can go through in initiations or in your spiritual growth, is when the test comes of the etheric worlds of the ego. And whether you can let your ego go to be all that you can be, so to speak. So you have to let that little ego fella sit in the other corner with the mind in the other corner and use it when you need it. But to enter the higher realms of God, you have to let your little self go. You can no longer exist as an identification of a self. You must just simply live in the eternal presence of the now, and you will become the eternal presence of the now. Let me see. Always in the now. Just a quick note on your hawthorn berry syrup. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I used to make jam the traditional way. Well, there you go. Cooking for hours through without the added sugar. But years ago, I realized that I can make it raw too. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try telling some of these herb companies that I asked to make my stuff raw. And it's like, I simply blend all the berries in my blender, then spread it on a Telflex sheet and dehydrate it at 105 degrees. Good, you're just below that, so I don't destroy the enzymes. Once it's dry, I put it back into the blender and whiz it up until it's all powdery. Whenever we fancy some jam, I mix some powder with a little water. This girl has got it down. This is a New Zealand woman. She's a woman. Absolutely. Good take, sweetheart. Absolutely. I love that. My hawthorn bush only had a handful of berries this year. What's up with that? The trees aren't giving like they used to here. And the berries, I don't know what's going on. I hope this isn't an indication. I haven't seen any blooms on my citrus trees this year. It's like, what's going on? You think these chemtrails are putting something into the air that's suppressing growth of trees? Boy, that would be well, you know, it'd be time for an old-fashioned hanging. That's not very spiritual, but, you know, you kind of want to, because, I mean, they're killing our food sources. Oh, this is 8001, Diane. Just wondering if you can take herbs while drinking the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, dear one. Absolutely. GMO. Oh, surely not. This is MacNut420. Hey there, man. I'm sure I've seen all your... Oh, thanks, man. I bless all of you if you can sit around and listen to all my videos. That's a lot of videos. My heart goes out to you. I can't imagine you enduring me through 700 videos. I mean, you guys get gold stars for doing that, man. I'm telling you. Don't recall you ever talking about GMO. Well, there's no need to talk about them. I mean, this is... I'm not a Monsanto fan at all. And just another bunch of mad people that have no clue. I just find what they've been up to has just been just totally... Finally, they've kind of let off on suing some of these farmers, but you know what? This is bad. And these federal judges, oh, I just want to puke. I had an argument with an attorney the other day. Well, she's not an attorney yet. She's almost graduating, and she thinks we have a fair and just system. And I said that you've never been in front of federal judges, have you? And she said no. And I said, well, I'll give you some cases you can go up in front of one with, and I'll show you how corrupt they can be. I mean, this is really bad stuff here. But this Monsanto, I mean, when a judge can rule in favor of Monsanto for the wind blowing some of their seeds onto an organic farmland and then sue the organic farmer, and the judge rule in favor of Monsanto, that's a crooked judge. That's a bad judge. And that's what's out there. You know, I felt this farmer got really sued bad by Monsanto and had to pay him a ton of money. It wasn't his fault. I mean, and Monsanto was claiming their seeds blew on his land, and he was growing some of their seeds. I mean, this is where we as a people need to stop and take these people out and behind the barn and give them a little butt whipping. I mean, that's what we do in the olden days. I mean, this is kind of insane now. This is kind of way out of control, and now we have to make them be held accountable in some way, whether lawfully or whatever, but people need to be held accountable. Now, God will, just by karma, but still, I mean, when so many beautiful souls are being impacted by the few insane people, something's got to stop, because there's so many poor people suffering so bad right now. But man, that's karma, though. I mean, GMO, genetically modified. I'm wondering what you think of them. Toxic? Yes. Safe? No. Is there a lot of information out there? It should be. I know a lot on the internet. Now I think soy is up to what? 85% of soybeans now are GMOs? No, it's way up there, though. I don't know what it is, but it's way up there. Besides, you got to lose the idea of soy anyway. But it's the fact that they could influence the fruits, the berries, and the melons that scares me. What they could do is horrible. And I heard in Iraq that Iraqis cannot plant their old seeds anymore. They have to use seeds from Monsanto or something. Now, maybe that's just a thing out there, but would that be horrible?
All yellow corn is GMO.
Oh, yeah?
And the white corn.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Wow. All the yellow corn is GMO? Mm-hmm. Wow. I didn't know that. Because we raise yellow corn for for our animals and for eating years ago. But my favorite's always been white. It's always been more tender to me. Maybe not as sweet, but pretty good. So that's interesting. What is that brown drink you're always sipping on? All right. The little secret. That's my addiction. And that little brown juice isn't nectar of the gods. It's tea. Iced tea. I got addicted to iced tea. Was raised on it. And then, of course, sometimes when I'm stressed out, I got to have a drink of iced tea. What is that brown drink? That is nectar of the gods. Now, much love for New Brunswick, Canada. Yeah, Canada. Canada. This is Backman Simon. Hello, Dr. Morse. First, I would like to say how much I appreciate all your videos. Well, I appreciate you watching them as much as you do me. So this is a give and take. I love all of you. So thank you so much. I live in Sweden and would love to get my hands on your herbs. Well, we're learning a little technique, I think, to get it into Sweden. You can call Jennifer or one of the gals in the back. Let's see, Anita, and call Juanita and see if she's learned how to get that in Sweden. Sweden is signed up, I think, on the Codex thing, where some of these countries you can't bring in herbs and stuff. There are certain herbs they classify as medicinos, so you can't get them in there. And there was one country who fought us over a couple of herbs because they classified them as medicines. And it's like, oh, crap. Give me a break. That's what one thing I do like about the FDA, classifying herbs as foods, because they are. We're using foods that have a twist. And that twist is those foods were meant for specific tissues of the human body, and their nutrition can feed everybody. Oh, I just love the way God thinks. Wait a minute. God can't think, because if it thought, it couldn't be omnipresent, omnipotent. I don't know. I live in Sweden and I would love to get my hands on your herbs. I'm suffering a lot from fungus overgrowth. Well, if you can't find anything like walnut haw, Paul d'Arco, anything like that, if you got different herbs over there, you can look up anything for fungus. Take them. Always move your lymph system, of course. She's got fungus overgrowth. If I scratch my skin, it swells and becomes red and irritated. Definitely move lymph. You definitely want to move lymph. Do some dry skin or wet skin brushing. I don't care. Get your kidneys filtering, your adrenals up. Go after that fungus in the body, but fix sugar metabolism issues so you don't invite them back in, and stay away from complex sugars. This is the problem. People are consuming a lot of the grains, the complex sugars, and they have adrenal weakness. So they have sugar metabolism problems even with simple sugars, but they're doing complex sugars. So you're going to invite fungus in because you're going to have fermentation always. Your body's probably going to have fermentation issues with natural simple sugars with weak adrenals to a certain extent, but you're really going to have it with grains. So you should always pull back away from complex sugars with weak adrenals, because that's part of the problem. I fight it. Most of us fight that to some degree or other. I know my kidneys are bad too. I have had a lot of pain there. Yep. See, it's coming back. And I love these guys because they're getting so smart. And that's what we want. We want some smart cookies out there. You guys are knowing about your kidneys. You guys are going to know how to take care of yourselves and everyone else too. You'll be the main healers on the planet, and I love that. That's important because we have as you know, and as you read people's journeys through even naturopathic people, it's sad out there. Some lady was in yesterday, a big list of supplements this naturopath gave her, and there was nothing to deal with her cancer. There was nothing to help her with her cancer. There was all kinds of amino acids and all kinds of isolates, and it was like, oh no, honey. And he had her on all. You think I use a few? I use about 7 herbal formulas. When you look at the kidneys, the adrenals, and the bowels, and the lymphs and stuff, 7, 8 formulas somewhere in there. Depends on the case. Sometimes I might have to go more, not because I want, because I need to reach and grab those tissues. And I have them specifically for certain things. This guy had her on 20, 30 different supplements. And none of it was going to help her kidneys, bring her adrenals up, and move lymph. And she spent thousands of dollars. And she's calling me because her cancer's getting worse, of course. And it's like, oh no, the poor thing. And that's what's out there. And to me, it's embarrassing to naturopathy. Most naturopaths are embarrassing to naturopathy to me. No offense to you beautiful naturopaths, but you got to get with this educational channel and get this is naturopathy. This is what you need to know, because using these supplements and isolates will get you nowhere, cost your patients a lot of money, and you're going to lose them anyway, and your reputation isn't going to grow like it should. And that naturopathy is the healing modality of the universe, but not naturopathic medicine. And that's what most of these naturopaths are practicing. Can't do that. It's not effective. They might feel a little better. They will feel a little better for a while, but when you're dealing in cancerous tumors, you don't sit there and let them wait months and months and months and you're not addressing their lymph system or anything. The more a person that has tumors and cancer in them wait, the more difficult it is. So these people have to deal with this immediately. Let me see here. Pain in the kidneys. Also, my GI tract is very weak from genetics. Which formula do you suggest and how many? Well, again, let's go back. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much, my friend. Health and spirituality. Health and spirituality, each and every one of you. Well, you want to get into the adrenals, of course, get into your kidneys. So again, this is kind of a standard protocol for all of you and for me and for everyone else. And it's kind of a real standard protocol, but it's aggressive and it's good. Stomach and bowel formula, always. Generally, number 1, if you move your bowels every day or 2 a day, use number 1. If you don't move your bowels well at all and you miss a day now and then, use number 2. If you don't poop but every 2 or 3 days, use number 3 and so forth. Lymphatic 1 capsules. That's going to draw the lymph from the bowel wall. Real important, I think. So lymphatic 1 capsules. At the same time, do a lymphatic 4 or a lymph node 2 tincture. This is after you do a basic 2-week detox on just one. Also use the kidney liquid number 1 and kidney number 1 capsules or kidney number 2 liquid. I would keep along with Parasite M for a couple of months to get the fungus. And if you have heavy fungus, you might be on Parasite M for 3 or 4 months just to help get all that overgrowth down and everything. At the same time, you're fixing the adrenals. If you have low blood pressure, you can take the adrenal tincture. If you have high blood pressure, you got to go to cytotrophin. You got to go to a glandular because licorice is a big component to the adrenals. It helps to bring up blood pressure, but if you have high blood pressure, it can make it go higher. I don't want that. So use a glandular for a while and then go back. And sometimes if you have real weak adrenals, you can use an adrenal glandular and the adrenal tincture. I mean, we got some real chronic issues out there. Cells are a lot of cells are like this. They just don't know what's up. So we got to get them to know what's up and what their job is a cell. That's their innate in their consciousness, but they lack the energy and the memory patterns to hook to their beingness. Remember, every cell is a little being.